Hello my crafty friends, it's Krista here from Second Chance Creation. Well, I hope you all enjoyed part one. I enjoyed the transformation of this fairy tale character horse. And as most of you might have already worked out, yes, it is Rapunzel. Mainly because this horse has had some extra long hair. I was over the moon when I found it quite a while ago. And I knew exactly what I was going to use it for. But what I'm going to do now first is, excuse me, is show you what some of the unusual items I've used. And I'm going to use my chopstick so you don't have to look at my big finger. Onion bag is the moss. Get rid of it. I've used some doll's hair. Now, never underestimate this. It makes really nice fuzzy bits when you're making a flower or any mixed media, and I've used that as well. Here are the little flowers that I used in the little garden display. This is the braid that I've used on the back of the tail. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm lucky enough at this point in time that the local lady here in our town of 1200, tiny little sewing shop, had this, and it's half a price of buying it online. So I just buy it half a metre at a time because that's all I need for the horses. This is a part of applique that I used, and that's all that's left, and I've had this for a while, savouring, you know, for the right use. And then I bought a bodice off a wedding dress that was cut off, and it was in a rag bag. Well, when I found it, I thought, yippee, I have some. And it actually had pearls already sewn on, and also some of these little blingy little bits and little embellishments on there. So I've chopped it all up and used it on my horse, and they're the only pieces I've got left. So I've put it on a timber base, mainly because I wanted it to represent going through the forest, because it's got its freedom from the tower for being captured all the years. And I didn't want to sort of just finish it with a braid or just a normal fringe. I have both, but it just didn't look right. So I got hold of some curtain that I had and ripped it in a piece and frayed it. And it's just the tattered look I wanted, because I wanted to put this eyelash trim over the top to make it look like, you know, grass, sort of grassy effect. And I've used a real piece of bark just there from our tree. And because I love the texture and the knobbiness of it, I thought, no, it needs to go on there. So I've put a couple of pieces on there. Excuse me, ladies. I'm holding my iPad. So as you can see, I've used various things. These ones here are actually from these, where I've taken the head off, this tiny little flower that I used. And I twirled it around just like that, because I wanted to give this all a bit of dimension. And these ones here are the same, just there. And which are these ones? No, where is the camera? There it is. How cool is that? So I don't throw anything away. Here is the doll's curly hair. It looks sort of like, I don't know, just sort of foresty stuff that you sometimes see. Had some pretty little flowers, and I wanted to put these in here, even though they might not really suit the forest, but you know, you can get away with when you do a bit of mixed media. But I wanted to pick up the yellow of the lilies. I had this beautiful big, like a glass stone, and I've just popped that in there. I've used a pipe cleaner that I just twirled around, just to give a little bit of dimension. And there are the green roses. They're the heads from the, you know, these ones here that I've kept the stem, and I've twirled it around just there. And there's that little white rose. And I've got a white one here. The white one is from this leaf, white leaf, and had a really long piece. And of course I didn't throw that, so I kept it and twirled it around as well. And of course, as we know, Rapunzel is known for its long hair. So, and this horse definitely had the long hair. So as you'll see, it has a very, very long plait. So what I've done is I've started plaiting it, and I've incorporated some pearl trim, and then I joined that plait and worked it into the next little hair from the tail to make it look like all one. Here's that pretty little braid I was talking about, and just some fine tulle. I just wanted to soften the look a little bit. On the fabric itself, I've actually applied a lot of flat back pearls. I think there's 50 all up. And this piece of applique here as well, you would have seen that in part 1. And also along here in part 1. And then I attached that little beaded trim. I took it off something else. But yes, I've popped some flat back pearls. It just needed more pearls. So it was about 50 all up. Now the chain that you see here is actually a ankle bracelet. And it had 2 clasp on each end. Perfect was for me. And I just wasn't sure what I was going to put on the end of it, and I had 2 of these tiny little pearl flat back pearls left, and they come on a string, and I've no idea where I got them from, but I only had 2 left, so that was just perfect. And as you can see, I've used my applique work just on the side here and put a nice flat back pearl on there. I didn't alter the horse itself. It was in pretty good shape, so I didn't really want to change it, because it does have its really long mane. And you would have seen all this in the first video, just here. So yeah, so there's the story of Rapunzel, and I really enjoyed making her. She's right up there with the Egyptian Queen. And for my new subscribers, if you haven't seen my previous horses, or you don't know what I'm talking about when I say Egyptian Queen, just pop over onto the video section, click on oldest, and you'll find it there. Otherwise you've just got to scroll through till you find it. So yeah, so I'm really happy that you like my transformation. This one's probably has already got a home. I'm not sure whether they'll come and want to purchase her, but they love horses, so we'll see what happens. So you know what you've got to do. It's raining here today. I'm just going to show you outside. It's pretty wet. Oh, and there's that tree. There's only stumps left. Big 60, 80 foot gum tree we had to take down because it's just too big. And that's the bark that I used. So yeah, there's a bit of history on that horse. So again, thank you very much for your ongoing support, and just hanging in there with me. I've got another project on mind. It's not a horse. I just want to finish a couple of things. So you know what you've got to do, everyone. Happy crafting. I am today. Bye.